Hi everyone, it's Annie, and I'm going to show you how to press this ornate, fairly large impression die. I started with 16 gauge sterling silver sheet, and you want to make sure that your metal is annealed. You'll want to anneal multiple times throughout the process. For the first round of pressing, I am starting with a piece of urethane that is about a ½ inch square. I'm going to place the urethane on the die, making sure that the place where I am exerting the pressure, where the urethane is centered front to back and side to side. I pressed it once, and you can see we're already starting to get a lot of the detail. So I'm going to continue that process. I'm going to move the urethane to a different spot and then press it again, making sure to adjust the position of the puck so that it is centered under the tool steel pusher. And then continue to move that urethane around and press until you get all of the detail that you can get in this first round. Now let's pop this metal out of the die and take a look. We've gotten a really good start to the design, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to anneal it and then trim the metal from around the design. Trimming it allows the metal to flow down into the die easier. I have annealed my metal again, and now I'm going to take a piece of urethane that is about half the size of the first piece that I used. This is going to concentrate the force even further and allow more forming of the metal into the die. Again, I have made sure that the area that I am pressing, where the urethane is centered under the tool steel pusher in the press. I've pressed it and then moved the urethane to another spot and pressed it again. And we can look now and see what kind of detail we're getting with this smaller piece of urethane. I'll pop it out of the die, and you can clearly see how much of a difference using a smaller piece of urethane has made. I'm going to continue to use that same piece of urethane, moving it, pressing it, always making sure to keep everything centered. And we can take a look and see now how much detail we've gotten from this second round of pressing. It looks so good. Look at all that detail, the difference between the first round and the second round. Amazing. As I'm looking at it closer though, I noticed that in some areas, like this little leaf here, there is a little bit more detail in the die that I don't have in the silver stamping. So I'm going to do something to get that detail. I've annealed my metal again, and I'm placing a teeny tiny piece of urethane right at that spot where I want to get more detail. This really concentrates the force, and you can see the comparison now between the die and the silver. We've got all the detail there. Another good way to get detail, you can see on this leaf on the left, there's a little less detail than compared to the one on the right. So I want to use a tiny piece of balled up, just brown paper towel. I place the silver back into the die and place that tiny ball of paper towel right over that leaf that I want to get a little bit more detail in. We will press it just the same, again, making sure everything's centered. And then we will pop it out again, take a look and see if that did it. We've got a little bit more detail, but I think that we can get more. So I'm going to place that same metal back into the die. I'm going to place the paper towel from before back where it was located, and then another small piece on top of that. That's going to increase the mass and increase the force on that area. We are going to press it again, and this will definitely get all of that detail in that spot. You can see now the left leaf above my fingernail has the same amount of detail as the one on the right, and that's what I'm looking for. Use this paper towel trick to get all of the detail in any small areas that may not have been picked up during that second round of pressing. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to finish this and get a patina on this stamping. It's absolutely beautiful.